Gentlemen, let's start with a moment of quiet honesty. Have you ever looked back at your life and realized that something you thought was completely harmless, a small daily habit, was actually over time silently causing damage, maybe to your finances, your relationships, or your health? Today, I want to gently ask a question that most men never consider, but which holds the key to your intimate vitality. Are you treating your most sensitive private anatomy in a way that supports its long-term health, or are you slowly, unintentionally weakening it without even realizing? The truth is, the decline in intimate health that many men experience after 50, the loss of firmness, the reduction in sensation, the unpredictable reliability, is rarely a sudden catastrophic event. It is almost always the result of a slow, cumulative erosion caused by small, everyday habits that seem perfectly normal. I'm talking about things you do every day that restrict your blood flow, confuse your nerves, and deplete your core hormone supply. By the end of this conversation, you'll not only know exactly what those 10 destructive habits are, but more importantly, you'll know the simple, empowering steps to reverse the damage and reclaim your strength. This is not a lecture. This is a private conversation, a deep dive into the practical self-respect that your body deserves. Before we begin this crucial countdown, please take a moment right now. If you are ready to let go of guesswork and choose confidence, hit that like button. And tell me in the comments, where are you watching from? Your engagement helps us bring this vital health information to more men who need it. For too long, the prevailing myth has been that intimate decline after 50 is a biological deadline, a sudden, inevitable stop to your engine. We hear things like, it's just age, or it's going to happen to everyone eventually. I'm here to tell you that this belief is a lie of finality. The truth I've seen in my practice for over a decade is this. You don't lose vitality because you age. You lose vitality because of the accumulation of small damages that restrict the body's natural capacity to heal and maintain itself. Think of your circulatory system, the very engine of your intimate health, like a classic high-performance car. The car doesn't suddenly break down. It develops rust, not overnight, but from years of exposure, bad maintenance, using the wrong fuel, and ignoring the tiny scratches. Your penis is not a machine that suddenly fails. It is a highly sensitive organ that requires excellent circulation, clean nerve pathways, and a relaxed, functional pelvic floor. The 10 mistakes we are about to discuss are the rust, the wrong fuel, and the ignored maintenance that slowly choke those three systems. The good news, the tissues are resilient and the body can rebuild. By stopping these 10 subtle acts of sabotage, you instantly create a state of active repair and put your health back into high gear. My name is Dr. Nerita, and I've spent the last 12 years as a urologist, not just treating symptoms, but helping men over 50 protect, repair, and reclaim their intimate health using a foundation-first approach. My commitment is to move beyond prescriptions and into true sustainable vitality. That means looking past the temporary fix and fixing the root cause, your daily habits. We are going to walk through this countdown with empathy, but without sugarcoating. I want you to feel empowered, not ashamed. Every man on this planet has likely committed several of these mistakes. The difference today is that you are choosing to know better so you can do better. Let's dive into the 10 things you should never do to your penis after 50 if you want to protect your firmness, sensation, and confidence for decades to come. Mistake number 1, wearing tight underwear all day and night. You think your snug briefs are supportive, but what if that support is actually creating a silent hormonal time bomb that depletes your drive? Biologically, the heat trap and compression, the male reproductive system, your testes, and the surrounding tissues is designed to operate at a temperature several degrees cooler than your core body temperature. This physiological fact is non-negotiable for optimal health. When you wear tight, synthetic, or restrictive briefs or compression wear all day, you are essentially trapping heat and moisture, turning your groin into a sauna. The hormonal hit. This sustained overheating is a powerful signal to the testes to reduce hormone production. Over time, this constant heat stress contributes to a subtle but significant dip in your natural free testosterone levels. Since testosterone levels are the engine of your drive, energy, and overall tissue health, this silent dip is a major setback for long-term vitality. The circulation clench. Tight garments also compress the delicate blood vessels and lymph flow in the groin. This constant restriction makes it harder for oxygen-rich blood to enter the area and for metabolic waste to be cleared, leading to sluggishness and reduced tissue elasticity over time. Emotionally, the feeling of restriction. The emotional impact is one of unconscious restriction. You might feel physically secured, but your body is constantly fighting for space and coolness. This translates into a subtle, low-grade stress that contributes to overall tension. Furthermore, the slow erosion of your testosterone contributes to general fatigue, lower mood, and reduced motivation, all of which erode your self-perception as a vital, powerful man. Practically, the breathable fix. The switch. Ditch the tight briefs for breathable, loose-fitting boxer shorts made from natural fabrics like cotton or bamboo. The night rule: sleep naked. Giving your lower region a full 8-hour break every night allows the tissues to cool, restores natural balance, and supports hormone recovery while you rest. It's the simplest reset you can do. Mistake number 2: sitting for hours without moving. The pelvic vice. Your desk chair may be comfortable, but for your intimate health, prolonged sitting is the equivalent of placing a slow, constant vice grip on your most vital circulation pathways. Biologically, the pressure and congestion. This is perhaps the single biggest culprit for modern men. When you sit for hours, whether at a computer, in a car, or watching TV, you are directly compressing the perineum, the soft area between your tailbone and scrotum, which is the crossroads for the nerves and major blood vessels that supply the penis. The circulation stagnation. Constant pressure slows blood flow to a crawl, leading to venous congestion or blood pooling in the pelvis. The penis cannot function healthily when the blood flow is stagnant. Over time, this chronic congestion stiffens blood vessel walls and contributes to the breakdown of smooth muscle tissue needed for firmness. The nerve numbing. Prolonged sitting can also place direct, destructive pressure on the sensitive pudendal nerve, which controls sensation and function. This can lead to a gradual numbing or delayed response, requiring far more stimulation to achieve the same result. Emotionally, the sedentary shame. The emotional toll is one of sluggishness and disconnection. You feel heavy, your legs feel heavy, and this translates to a mental fog. When you are disconnected from your body during the day, it's impossible to suddenly be fully connected and responsive at night. The body feels inert, and this lack of physical vitality erodes your sense of energy and sexual confidence. Practically, the micro-movement prescription. The hourly rule: set a timer and stand up every 45 to 60 minutes. Do a simple stretch or walk for 2 minutes. This simple 2-minute break is a powerful act of vascular decompression. The perineal lift. While sitting, practice pelvic tilts or gentle tucks to shift pressure off the perineum. This conscious micro-movement is a lifesaver for your circulation. Mistake number 3: ignoring morning erections. That morning wood isn't just a random event or a youthful memory. It's your body's natural nightly stress test, and ignoring its absence is ignoring a clear warning sign from your cardiovascular system. Biologically, the nightly tune-up. Waking up firm is one of the clearest signs of a fully operational circulatory system and nervous system. During REM sleep, your body naturally cycles through several involuntary erections, a process known as nocturnal penile tumescence. The oxygen wash. These nightly events are essential for tissue maintenance. They pump high-volume, oxygen-rich blood through the erectile chambers, which prevents the buildup of fibrotic, non-functional tissue. This is your body's natural restorative tune-up. The health metric. A lack of morning erections is often one of the earliest signs of endothelial dysfunction, which is damage to the lining of your blood vessels or low testosterone, long before these issues show up as symptoms of heart disease or full-blown erectile dysfunction during intimacy. Emotionally, the whisper of warning. Many men feel a pang of shame or fear when they realize morning erections are becoming less frequent, but they quickly brush it off as just age. This act of emotional avoidance is harmful. It keeps a vital conversation hidden. Instead of fearing it, you should see it as a helpful early whisper from your body, asking you to pay attention to your sleep, stress, and circulation. Practically, the observation fix. The check-in: start observing your sleep and mornings without judgment. If the pattern of absence continues, it is a signal to act, not ignore. The professional conversation: use this metric as a conversation starter with your doctor or urologist. It can prompt a simple blood test for hormones or cholesterol, or a sleep study that can quickly uncover the root cause. Mistake number 4, overusing digital or visual content without presence. Your brain is highly adaptable, but constant, rapid-fire stimulation trains your nervous system to be hyper-reactive to fantasy and tragically under-responsive to real-world touch and connection. Biologically, dopamine desensitization. This is not a moral judgment, but a biological one. The nervous system thrives on novelty and connection. When you rely heavily on fast-paced, high-novelty visual content for release, you flood your brain with extreme levels of dopamine. The neural burnout. Over time, your brain's pleasure centers, the dopamine receptors, begin to desensitize themselves to protect against the constant overload. This phenomenon is called desensitization. When you then try to engage in real intimacy, which is often slower, more nuanced, and dependent on emotional connection, the brain finds it dull and struggles to get and maintain arousal. You've unknowingly set the excitement bar impossibly high. The performance gap. This results in the deeply frustrating feeling that you can achieve firmness alone, but struggle intensely with a real partner, a performance gap that is entirely physiological. Emotionally, the isolation of fantasy. The emotional core of this mistake is isolation. The habit replaces genuine, unpredictable human connection with predictable, intense fantasy. This makes you feel deeply disconnected and often leads to a sense of inadequacy when the reality of human intimacy fails to meet the intensity of the digital script. The habit erodes your presence during intimacy. Practically, the sensitivity reset. The dopamine detox. Commit to a short, simple dopamine detox. A break from all visual stimulation for 7 to 14 days. This allows your receptors to reset and regain sensitivity. The sensory reclaim. During the detox, intentionally redirect your focus toward real-world sensation. Slow touch, deep breathing, genuine connection with your partner if applicable, without the pressure of performance. You are reclaiming the sensitivity you lost. Mistake number 5, skipping recovery after ejaculation. Ejaculation is a full-body event, but if you immediately roll over and fall asleep, you are leaving your pelvic floor muscles locked in a state of tension and congestion, dramatically slowing recovery. Biologically, the tense cool down. Ejaculation involves a powerful, involuntary contraction of the deep pelvic floor muscles. Immediately afterward, these muscles need a proper cool down to release tension, flush out blood, and restore hormonal balance. The post-climactic clench. If you immediately curl up, sit still, or fall asleep, the pelvic floor often remains contracted and the circulation is left sluggish. This residual tension and congestion can hinder the immediate return of blood flow and prolong the refractory period, which is the time needed before the next arousal is possible. The inflammatory risk. Over time, skipping this cool down can contribute to chronic tension in the prostate area and pelvic floor, which exacerbates symptoms like urgency or discomfort, especially as you age. Emotionally, the connection lapse. The biggest emotional casualty of this mistake is the post-intimacy connection. Immediately disengaging or falling asleep can leave your partner feeling physically or emotionally abandoned. This creates a psychological barrier to future intimacy. Intimacy is a cycle that should end with connection, not withdrawal. A proper cool down honors the shared experience. Practically, the mindful movement. The 2-minute rule. Implement a simple 2-minute cool down routine. Stand up, stretch your hips gently, think a few slow hip circles, or simply walk around the room. This mindful movement helps flush fresh blood through the pelvis, relaxes the deep muscles, and calms the nervous system back into a parasympathetic or rest and digest state. The hydration reset. Take a few sips of water. It's a small biological and mental reset that aids in re-entering your body and the room. Mistake number 6, Overusing alcohol or nicotine. That glass of wine to relax or that cigarette to de-stress might make you feel temporarily calmer, but for your blood vessels, these are powerful, silent constrictors that choke the very firmness you are seeking. Biologically, the vascular assault, the health of your erections is a direct measure of your vascular health. Alcohol and nicotine are two of the most potent, accessible toxins that directly attack the circulatory system. Nicotine's grip. Nicotine is a potent vasoconstrictor. It literally squeezes your blood vessels, dramatically reducing blood flow throughout the body, including the penile tissue. It also breaks down nitric oxide, the essential gas that signals the vessels to relax and open for an erection. Consistent use ensures your engine is always running on half power. Alcohol's double whammy. Alcohol, even in moderation, is a central nervous system depressant, dulling nerve response, and a powerful dehydrator. Dehydrated blood is thicker and flows slower, and a dull nervous system struggles to receive and send the precise signals needed to initiate and maintain firmness. Emotionally, the crutch of escape. The emotional pattern here is using substances as a crutch for relaxation instead of addressing the underlying stress. This reliance is a subtle undermining of your self-mastery. It creates a cycle where you feel you need the substance to perform or connect, which is the opposite of genuine confidence. Practically, the smart substitution. The hormone buffer. If you drink, have 1 or 2 glasses after dinner, not immediately before intimacy. Hydrate constantly with water between drinks. The nicotine quit. There is no safe level of nicotine when it comes to vascular health. Explore healthier stress relievers, deep breathing exercises, a 10-minute walk, or a short meditation. Your blood vessels can rebound, and many men are shocked by the rapid return of strength after quitting. Mistake number 7, avoiding conversations about sexual health. You wouldn't ignore a flickering engine light in your car, but when your body whispers a warning about your intimate health, many men choose to retreat into silent, isolating fear. Biologically, the hidden cause. In up to 70% of cases, erectile difficulty is the first, clearest sign of an underlying systemic health issue: diabetes, high cholesterol, hypertension, or low testosterone. The early warning system. Ignoring the conversation means ignoring your body's most effective early warning system. Delaying the conversation allows the root disease, like clogged arteries, to progress, which makes treatment far more complex later on. The solution: lockdown. Many issues are easily fixable with a simple change: a vitamin deficiency, a hormone imbalance, or an adjustment to an existing medication. By staying silent, you lock yourself out of the solution. Emotionally, the isolation of shame. This is the most emotionally destructive mistake. It leads to a feeling of isolation and shame. Men carry this silent burden for years, which erodes confidence, damages communication with a partner, and contributes to anxiety and depression. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It is one of the strongest, most mature things a man can do to take command of his health. It is a profound act of self-respect. Practically, the courageous step: the honest appointment. Schedule an appointment with your urologist or primary care physician. Do not let shame hold you back. Prepare by writing down your specific concerns. I've noticed a reduction in morning firmness, or I've been dealing with unpredictable response for 6 months. The partner share. Share your plan with your partner. Open, honest communication dissolves the tension and anxiety surrounding the issue, instantly improving the emotional environment of your relationship. Mistake number 8, relying on pills without changing habits. Pills were designed to assist your circulation, but if you use them as a substitute for foundational health, they become a symptom-masking trap that leads to dependency and reduced effectiveness. Biologically, the foundation trap. Oral medications like sildenafil, known as Viagra, and tadalafil, known as Cialis, work by helping the blood vessels relax, improving blood flow temporarily. They are invaluable tools, but they cannot reverse the years of damage caused by poor lifestyle choices. The resistance risk. When your blood vessels are chronically stiff, inflamed, or clogged from chronic bad habits like smoking, poor diet, or sitting, the pill has to work harder and harder to have the same effect over time. Your body can become resistant, requiring higher doses or leading to less predictable results. The root cause. The pill cannot lower your cholesterol, strengthen your heart, or reduce inflammation. Ignoring the foundation, diet, exercise, sleep, while relying on medication means the underlying vascular disease is still progressing, even if the temporary fix is working. Emotionally, the dependency mindset. The trap is the mindset of external dependency. You start to believe your vitality comes from a pill bottle, not from your own internal power and good choices. This erodes your confidence because it confirms the lie that your body is fundamentally broken and cannot function without outside help. Reclaiming your vitality means reclaiming the power of your daily choices. Practically, the lifestyle first rule, the reprioritization. If you use medication, view it as a helpful assistant while you prioritize the root causes. Use the medication to enjoy intimacy while you dedicate 90 days to fixing your diet, sleep, and movement habits. The long-term goal. Many men who commit to these foundational changes find that the medication works better, the dose can be lowered, and some eventually don't need it at all. Strong roots mean a strong tree. Mistake number 9, ignoring pelvic floor health. Deep in your lower pelvis is the hidden engine of male intimacy, muscles that control firmness and ejaculation, and most men have never given them a single conscious thought. Biologically, the engine of performance. The pelvic floor muscles, particularly the pubococcygeus muscle, also known as the PC muscle, are the deepest layer of your core. They are responsible for rigidity. They contract during an erection to help trap blood in the erectile chambers, which is crucial for maintaining lasting firmness. Control. They are the muscles you use to stop the flow of urine, and they are centrally involved in controlling ejaculation. Sensation. A strong, responsive pelvic floor increases localized sensation. If you sit for long hours and have never trained these muscles, they become weak, tense, and dysfunctional. This directly translates to difficulty maintaining firmness and issues with control. Emotionally, the sense of empowerment. Learning to feel, control, and strengthen your pelvic floor is one of the most empowering acts of self-mastery. It moves your sense of control from an abstract mental state to a tangible physical reality. You gain a deeper, more intentional connection to your core strength, which contributes to a feeling of grounded confidence. Practically, the quiet work. The Kegel. Re-education, do not just squeeze. Practice slow, gentle, intentional lifts of the pelvic floor, as if stopping urine flow or holding back gas. Hold for 3 seconds, then release slowly for 5 seconds. Start with 10 repetitions 3 times a day. The breathing connection. Pair the movement with your breath. Inhale deeply into your belly, and as you exhale, gently lift and engage the pelvic floor muscles. This connects the core strength to your calming nervous system. Mistake number 10, believing it is too late to improve. This is the most heartbreaking and the most untrue belief. The idea that age is a finish line, when in reality, your body is still in the process of constant active repair. Biologically, the ongoing renewal. Your body is not a static machine. It is a dynamic, living system. Your cells are regenerating. Your blood vessels can grow new connections, a process called angiogenesis. Your muscle tissue can be rebuilt. Your hormone receptors can regain sensitivity. The resilience factor. The human body is designed for self-healing. Every walk you take, every glass of water you drink, and every moment of deep, conscious breathing you commit to is an act of biological repair. You are never too old to see significant, life-altering improvements in your blood pressure, your energy, your sleep, and your intimate vitality. Emotionally, the lie of finality. The belief that it's too late is a self-fulfilling prophecy. It leads to apathy, withdrawal, and a deep resignation that robs you of your motivation to make the small changes that matter. This belief holds you hostage. You must stop believing the lie of finality if you want to reclaim your future. Your decision to start today is the single most powerful factor in your long-term health. Practically, the power of today. The one change challenge. Do not try to fix everything at once. Choose one of the 10 habits we discussed today, maybe standing up every hour or sleeping naked, and commit to it for 7 days. That single small victory proves to your brain that change is possible. The future vision. Start visualizing your future self as a vital, confident, healthy man. Your future does not have to look like your past. Gentlemen, you have the knowledge. Now here is your simple, immediate action plan to reverse the damage and build a resilient foundation. Decompress today. Stop sitting in a vice. Stand up every hour for 2 minutes. This simple act alone is a lifesaver for your circulation and nerve pathways. It immediately reverses the pelvic vice of chronic compression. Speak the truth, end the silence. Book an appointment with your doctor or urologist and have a frank, honest conversation about the changes you've noticed. This one step unlocks the potential for targeted, effective healing. Find your core. Start your pelvic floor breathing and light exercise like Kegels today. Connect to that deep engine of control. It only takes 5 minutes and is the fastest path to restoring your sense of firmness and control. Your body is not a machine, and your intimate health is not a disposable commodity. It is a living, breathing part of your life that responds to attention, care, and patience. You deserve to feel comfortable in your own skin, to have freedom from the fear of failure, and to enjoy the profound confidence that comes from knowing you are strong, capable, and vital. Age is not the end of vitality. It is simply a call for intentional maintenance.